Look, I'm coming to you with an urgent message. Every single one of our followers, our fans, I gotta let you know something.
Oh, man, it's happening too fast. Look, people don't want you to be notified of what we're doing here. They don't want you to be notified when we go live. And then now you get sad because you didn't realize we were live and you missed all that information. And you don't come there after me. Look, all you gotta do is click the bell. Just click the bell. And you'll be notified every time we go live. I promise you. Look, hurry up. I ain't got a lot of time. Just go live.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Don't stop.
Yeah. I don't even know.
You heard me the whole time? You an a-hole. That's why I'm gonna take this stupid sweater off.
I didn't even know. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, hello, everybody.
I gotta give you background.
Yeah, that brick wall background.
Yeah, it's because it's all whatever.
You see racist a little bit. Like, get over against the wall. Get over against the wall, nigga.
I'm gonna do this one.
Yeah, that's better. I like that with the.
There we go. Yeah, because everybody tuning in, I am currently taking care of some household duties, so we are under construction right now. So that is why I'm gonna have the screen up, and I might be going in and out. So I might be muting, so just to let y'all know. But what's good, everybody? Welcome to Unfiltered. Thank you all for continuing to rock with us. Continue to share, like, and subscribe. These topics today, I want to tell you about them, but I don't know what they are because they are a surprise. Please continue to rock with us, and we will continue to share these amazing and what I want to call these amazing and fulfilling topics. So, just to get it started off, this your boy, Mr. Reese, 1/3 of Unfiltered. Continue to share, like, and subscribe, and I'm going to pass it on to our amazing host that disappeared off the camera. Now he's back on the camera.
Dang, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I don't know what else going on. We don't know. It must be. It's probably gonna be a good show. When we have like technical issues, it normally be a good show.
It ended up being good.
Yep. So I gotta see what's going on. There we go. Let's put it like that. Let's give it a little.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. My background is not the cleanest, so I will not be doing that.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. Really, real talk. There we go. It's a little bit better.
Yeah, hold on. Choppy, bro. Let me.
I know, man. I like the same house, everything, bro. I want to be in front of the Detroit River. There we go. Let's do that. I'm in front of the Detroit River. Forget it. I thought it was gonna be too good for it, but I guess not. There we go. Oh, let me see here. We'll flip this bad boy over because it looks like a rape pillow, and I don't rape people.
Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be a different. Wow.
That look like a damn rape pillow. Like, what is that? They're using it against me in the court of law. Like, doom, 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 doom.
Like, is this the rape pillow that you use?
And they just pause it like, if you look down in the lower right-hand corner, I think that's the rape pillow.
Like, this is obviously the rape pillow, Your Honor.
Obviously, sir. I'm like, no. Man, shoot. Just as my wonderful co-host did. Now, Miss Hills is here. She actually out and about. So she close. So she may be coming in here. So I'm just letting y'all know. But if she do, when she do, and if she do,
B&E. It's not a B&E.
So outside of that, man, thank y'all for being here. And it's your man, Mr. Johnson, and we are going to have a great show tonight. This week is my favorite week, one of my favorite weeks. Big time football fan. I love free agent frenzy and all that good stuff. And it's just, I love seeing all the good stuff that happen. Some things you predict, some things you be so far off on. Mm-hmm. Of course, we start March Madness.
Yes, we are.
It's this week. Let's talk about how many people about to go in debt from betting on these games. Let me tell y'all something.
Hey.
Oh.
Still on the bet.
Let me tell y'all something.
Hey,
I want y'all to pray for y'all. Pray for y'all mans, man.
Today.
Pray for y'all mans over here, right?
Hey, listen. Hey, me and FanDuel gonna have a conversation with you, brother. I guess.
I love my cousin, man. Pray for him, y'all, because he got. Yeah, man. Man.
I ain't trying to hear that trash from you. We want positive energy over here. Ain't that right, people? Positive energy.
We want positive energy. So we gonna wish him, keep wishing the best of luck because he be winning. I'm gonna tell you what's funny, right? I tried the very first time I figured out what he was doing, and I'm like, why is he getting so bad? And he's like, come on. He be saying certain players' names. And the first time I noticed it, we was watching Steven Adams play. I forgot what team he was on.
He was playing for the Pelicans there.
And he's like, all you gotta do is get 9 rebounds. And the game was a good game, but he just kept getting pissed. He's like, man, he could do 9 rebounds and took him out the game. And I forgot, I guess that was the way that he was betting on the game or something like that. Maybe I gotta get on. Maybe I ain't doing it. The one time I tried one time, and I think I won. I think it was like maybe about $300. I was like, I'm good now. I felt like that was my victory of a lifetime. But keep in mind, y'all, I ain't nowhere near the biggest bettor whatsoever.
Hey, so you can just if you can zoom me in, I'm gonna take this off because I hate being like that. You can zoom me in.
Okay, I got you right now.
My guy. There we go. Now I can take this off. Yeah, because
so there we go.
Ooh.
So I'm just I was laughing so hard because man, I love this, man. And again, I'm sorry, it'd be behooving me to say this is, of course, Women's Month.
Yes,
we are still celebrating. We're still celebrating all our incredible women. Entire month of March, been some great shows, outstanding shows. Appreciate y'all emails and everything else. Continue to, as Mr. Reed just spoke, continue to like, share, subscribe. yeah, it's some big money. It's some big money if you run it right. If you do it right with this. So what makes it so much? What makes it so much fun? Is it a system to do it right, or it's pretty much random?
Well, speaking of beautiful, my wife just brought me a plate. Thank you, baby.
Like, lighten yourself up. You dark.
I'm dark. What kind of racist remark is that?
There you go. See
she just said you're dark. I'm like, kind of. Thank you, honey.
Hey, cuz.
Hey, cuz, I love you.
Love you too. She came down there and told him, man, you look like a damn shadow. Oh my goodness.
Well, I can't rock with you, bro.
So what is it? So tell me, is it for people out there, if you have never, ever gambled, now with Bet Rivers, DraftKings,
FanDuel,
all these
Barstool,
out there. Man, what is it?
MGM? How do I know all of
them? Is it a system that you got to do, or you got to be like, damn, you better know what you're doing?
Look, you have to know, like, as much as I like my family, we gamble, but you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're playing with. So I love basketball, which I wish I didn't love gambling and basketball. So it's like the best of both worlds. So like I have to know basketball. I gotta know when this person's playing, how they play against this team, who's playing, injuries. Just it's a lot of people find ways to make money. So to me, it's just know what you're doing and know what you betting on. So but the best thing to have is luck. Nothing beats luck. You can know everything can happen. You can know everything, do all the research, but some stuff can happen, some stuff can't. That's just how that go.
Like I said, I see some guys, they really do it. I see some guy, I'll be like, whew. Like, I don't know how much you bet, but you pissed.
I don't know you bet, but you pissed.
I see some guy like, man, like, whew, man, you bet a lot, didn't you? Because you was upset in this bad boy today. And that's just so, yeah, I just know. Like I said, I'm the kind of type, I don't know how many of y'all, like, if I go to casino, I normally go more to chill. If I play, blackjack is my game.
Mm-hmm.
And I do real good in blackjack. So once I can get 800 to a G, I'm done. I'm like, I'm good. I'm done. I'm out. Because they ain't going to keep me playing. I just sat next to somebody. I think I told you about that time. I sat next to the dude. I ain't going to say your name, my homie. But dude, I was like, man, you crazy. This dude was up 12 large. I'm sitting right next to him. You up 12 large. I'm done. I'd have been done at the G. He up 12 large. I'm like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, you tripping, man. He just kept playing like, man, scared money don't make no money. I was like, you crazy.
What he kept saying?
Yep, he kept saying, scared money ain't gonna make no money. Whoa. Dilla pulled up. He like, 21. I'm like, ugh. He put up 8. He put up 8 large. I'm like, whoa, Jesus.
Worst feeling in the world, bro.
He gonna say, well, I still came out on top. I came out good. I came over 800. I'm like, dude, but you was up 12 large. Me, I'm out. I'm cashing out. I'm done. You was up 12. I'm like, man, you crazy.
Cause the life of a gambler, look, as long as you ain't losing, nigga, no. Look, I seen people that was up 10 bands. You lost that 10 bands plus another 10.
No, I'm out, man. I was like, okay.
In the life of gambling, as long as you don't lose, you fine. You can win $10,000 and come out with 100. You won $100.
Like, man, I came out. I didn't. There's more what I came here with. I'm like, man, what you just had? A G. I like, man, you just had 10 large, man.
But
like,
yes, I do have a limit. Fuck that.
I saw that. I was like, man, I just felt he was all like you said. I believe you because he was just like, yup, this is it what it is. I came out with 800 plus 800. I'm like, plus 800. Man, that what it look like to me. He said, man, if I ain't cashed out, it ain't my money yet. I'm like, I'm like, all right.
Spoken like a true gambler.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you crazy. But yeah, that's it. That is crazy. I told him, but I just know that March Madness is incredible. But what's really incredible this year is something. It's probably one of the first topics that we're gonna have today about National Women's Month. Okay, and it's about fairness when it comes to pay in sports. What's interesting to me about this, I know me and you discussed this several
Let's
times.
talk about it.
And to our ladies, like I said, and to the incredible female athletes that we got. Period. I know what y'all do. The most recent thing is I don't even know if she back here yet, because I still think she's facing 10 years. Brittany Griner.
Yeah, I don't think she ain't back yet.
It's interesting. She had got, I read this, I don't know if it's true or not. Like I said, this is not me co-signing that it is factual. I'm saying what I read is not factual, it's not been fact-checked as of yet. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying this is what it is. This is what I read on a post in regards to Brittany Griner. They said Brittany Griner, reason why she was over there because she was playing in the Euro League. Just because of how bad it is in regards to the pay over here with the WNBA. They said something in the neighborhood. They said $20 an hour. I was like, I don't know if I really. I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm like 20. I'm like, I gotta look. I really gotta look that up. I have a problem quoting things I don't know for a fact. But she ended up getting caught. Just in case anybody don't know, she ended up getting caught. I mean, this is not what we're talking about. But she getting up caught. She had a vape pen, whatever it is, the vape thing, the electronic vapor thing, and it was whatever that is, CBD inside of it, and of course that's legal. That's illegal. Can't have it over there. Wishing her the best in her situation, even though it was her mistake. I still wishing her the best, hoping that things can get better. I don't want to be 10 years in no prison over there.
No, man. Like I said, we don't wish prison on nobody. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely not.
Wish prison on nobody for real. So I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to address, I think, the question that you're asking. Like, is it fair to, as far as the income of women's sports, as far as how much they get paid compared to men, sports like basketball, right? It's the main one.
Right.
And not to even, it's not a boasting matter, but kind of to prove a point. I make more than a WNBA player. I mean, that could range from 40,000 to about $1 million. I wish it was the million. But the point I'm trying to make is, okay, well, how come these ladies don't make as much as the men? So, not paraphrasing this, I think the lowest, I think the higher caliber WNBA players don't get as much as the veteran minimum basketball players in the NBA.
What's the veteran minimum, just to let everybody know out there? I think it's like, 500?
No, it's
higher than that, ain't it?
Over $1 million. Oh, I think it's almost 2. It's like 1.5 or 1.2, but it's $1 million. It's $1 million for sure.
Wow.
So,
I need to be.
Let me start by saying this. I have no quarrels against that. Obviously, we see that the NBA brings in a lot more income and revenue than the WNBA. It with sales, profit, and the players themselves. You know what I mean? Like it brings in the money, so you have to pay them. And then with NBA teams teaming up with different companies, the players feel obligated to get more money, which they do. Like in the NFL, they're required to do more stuff because you get more money. Now on the flip side of that, I definitely like what people like what Kobe did, what Chris Paul is doing, what CJ McCollum is doing, and other NBA players are doing are trying to promote the WNBA. So therefore, it can regenerate more revenue. So therefore, they can pay their ladies more money because you guys definitely earn. You guys definitely earn it. You guys are talented on that court, and you definitely bring more than what you guys were. You bring way more than what you were. So in all fairness, at the end of the day, it comes down to the money, and the NBA players bring in more money. So that's the result of it. Now, which I'm going to beat Randy to the punch. I'm going to beat you to the punch. Yeah, I'm going to steal this from you. Now, soccer, however, women's soccer brings in the money. Wait, like I would say to this man, I won't say it brings in more. I could be wrong, but that brings in the revenue, so they pay them. Tennis in general brings in the money. They pay them. That's what it is. Like even like let's take women's hockey. Nobody's putting money in women's hockey. Now another sport that women have, they're about to eclipse. Mark my words. It started off as a male-dominant sport, but women will eclipse this sport, and that's mixed martial arts, UFC. Women in wrestling, we can call it a sport at this point. They will eclipse in that sport. So take that for what it's worth. Women are going to dominate in these sports, and they will take over, and you will see why. You will see how you could capitalize off of these moments and possibly capitalize off of capital, money.
Absolutely. I agree with you 110. You know, there's really nothing else that you can really say on that in regards to the fairness. Now, I think where we have to, you know, kind of like distinguish this for a lot of people is that we got to be real in saying it, is that people have got to want movies. You can have a person that is a box office draw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, man, you're like, oh man, yeah, you know, he gonna draw people to the box office, whatever. Now, I would openly admit that the pay gap is definitely there when it comes to women and men. But I think with sports, it might be just a tad bit different, depending upon if you are putting the people in the seats. See, this is where people got to have the bargaining chip at.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a good example because you brought a real good one up. Mixed martial arts. Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
When she first came out, and it didn't start with her. They had mixed martial arts. She was, before, but she came in and she was dominant. She was a big draw. And even now with her going over to wrestling,
bigger,
he's an even bigger draw.
More money.
It was a time frame, I want to say maybe about, not even that long ago, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, where the women of professional wrestling were headlining.
They were
headlining. Yep. Not too long ago, well, I want to say about 2-3 years ago, you had three women headline WrestleMania. Just in case everybody don't watch that, WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl of wrestling.
Yep.
It's where they get just as big as ratings as the Super Bowl get. It's incredible. They so big, they sell out like the biggest stadiums. People will sit there. If you ever been to a live wrestling, it's really boring. I'm going to tell you that. It's boring because you don't hear all the commentating and stuff. You kind of there. You got the small ring down there, and you got the wrestling. You can hear the bumps and bomb, boom, 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 and maybe the crowd reaction. But you really go for the atmosphere because you got people around you sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
But these three women headline WrestleMania. They ain't never been done before. That's how popular this sport had gotten. And then from that point on, you had last year with 2 black women
That was
for the
fire.
first time, headline WrestleMania. 2 black women.
That was
It's
fire.
the main event. They were the last 2. I just want people to understand it. The main event. They headlined it. They were the last to go out. So when you have that kind of thing, when you can put butts in seats, when you can sell merch, that's a big thing. It's when it comes to sports, you got to sell merch.
You good, baby?
Real talk. You got to sell it, and I don't think people understand it. You got to sell merch. And I think with female sports, because I understand basketball. I understand basketball and things of that nature. And, you know, it's like, I'm not saying this to discourage the women, but the fact of the matter is that people got to come out and see you play. That's what we have. That's the thing they're going to have to solve in regards to the equal pay benefit. You got to have to figure out how to get people in the seats. You got to figure out how to sell out a 25 to 30,000 seat arena and have your merchandise sold. And like you said, because shout out to people like Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul, these guys who really tried to bring their attention to it and really help out because they're like, man, they deserve the money.
Yep.
But the point of it is not so much about deserving. It's got to be a market for you. You know, you can have people that sell fried chicken. That's why you have so many people that sell so many things, period. They're selling fast food and everything else. You still got to have a market for it. You got to have a crowd for it. For a long time, you had KFC, but then you got Popeyes. You got so many varieties, so many choices. So to the ladies, I think the pay gap more will reflect to things like if you're the manager of a fast food place, you got a manager of McDonald's, and that manager is making $50,000 a year, and he a man, and then you're a woman, same position, same amount of experience, and they tell you, well, we're gonna make you $40,000. That not to me, that's the disparity that we could fix. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, why in the world she can't make the same amount as him? That's what we need to fix on that part of it. You know, so that's why I think it more ahead too. I don't really think we can really say it with sports. I think that not like you said, because the women's soccer team, they killing the men.
Yeah,
they deserve that money.
And even like to bring up the UFC, right? So I think you alluded to it earlier. It's not an old sport. I mean, it's not a new sport.
Right.
And it was definitely male dominated forever. Male dominated, didn't bring in any money, it didn't bring any revenue, and it took Dana White to make it look entertaining.
Right.
To make it look like, hey, I want to watch this. And people watched it and liked it, and more people watched it and liked it. Now, like you said, you on top of like a women fight, you made a star out of Ronda Rousey, and now she's able to use what? Her name.
Her name.
She's able to use her brand. And to go to the WWE and make way more than she ever did in her professional career of mixed martial arts says, what can you bring to the table and why should I pay you? That's like that simple. And it's like it's all about branding and what you bring to the table. Like even when we look at going back to basketball, like when we watch ESPN or whatever, like you have the top tier women up there fighting for those spots because like, okay, you're getting off of your name. Like you're the best of the best doing that kind of job. And then the guys you got up there, like, yeah, they're some Hall of Famers, all-star, but like you don't have like I would say Shaq is probably one of the only de la creme of the NBA stars that actually does stuff. But Shaq does a lot. But let's talk about Shaq. Shaq capitalizes off of his what? His brand.
Brand.
Like Shaq sells shoes at Walmart.
Right.
Capitalize. He put his face on a capitalize. He uses his face. uses his brain, he uses his money to go ahead and capitalize. And that's what he used because he's Shaq. Roy Hibbert's not doing that.
Right. Not at all.
It has nothing with him. Like you say, he's an NBA player, just as tall. He has money, but his brand doesn't speak to, hey, why should I pay you? I'm not going to buy a pair of Roy Hibberts out of Walmart.
Yeah, definitely not.
The Hibros.
I definitely ain't gonna buy that.
You ain't gonna buy the Hibros?
Like, no, like I'm straight on that one. When we look, and I'm gonna tell you this, you brought up a good point to a certain aspect. Like I said, I really cannot equate this to athletes for the most part, only on the terms of if it's based upon if you I'm gonna put it like this. If it's based upon how you doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that might be a different story. But when I look right here, and I really, because I don't even want to try to stutter, I'm looking the top 10 richest females this year. And I'm telling you, woo! First of all, dear ladies, y'all might want to take up tennis. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm looking at this list. Woo! But see, that's an individual-based concept. It's also like Mr. Reese just said. It's about your brand.
Yep.
How big is your brand? So I would tell ladies, so how can we, you know what? Not even just playing around with our ladies, because like I said, it's Ladies Month. We want to find solutions to help y'all get bigger bank. So what's the best way to get bigger bank? It's always going to be, it's branding. It's how is your brand? And your brand should be success. Number one richest female this year, cuz can you even take a guess, a ponder who's the richest female this year?
This year? Off of sports or anything?
Yeah, all sports, all top athletes.
Serena is one.
She's second.
Oh.
Yeah, I was surprised too, because I definitely was going to say Serena.
If I'm going to guess, I
same
can't
sport, though.
guess her name.
Same sport.
Same sport.
Yep, same sport.
Venus? Not even close, huh?
Venus on the list, though. Venus is like, I have to double check it.
I used to like. I like her. I forgot her name because I can't even say it.
Number 3.
Tell me who's number 1.
Number 1 is Naomi.
Good. I can't say
Osaka.
her name.
Yep, Osaka.
So I like that you brought her up. Like you said, tennis is an old sport.
Mm-hmm.
She is new, and she passed 2 of the most not dominant tennis players, not dominant female athletes. She has dominated 2 of the most accomplished athletes in sports history.
It's crazy. And think of this too, cuz she not only, first of all, she made $57.3 million last year. So shout out to our ladies, because she also out-earned every male in tennis.
Numbers
the next nearest person to her that's a male is Roger Federer. Old money in tennis, Roger Federer. Every single male, she out-earned him. 57.3%. But guess what? She's been dominant.
Yep.
And her brand is really solid. Her brand is solid. I mean, she had these last couple of tough years where she's been having this mental, having the mental dealing with mental health. But that was another thing that helped her brand too. In terms of her being a representative for mental health. But it's just incredible. Look at this.
And go ahead, cuz now.
Other than that, and then I'll just name off the rest of them. Serena Williams comes right in second place. Serena Williams, who's probably gonna go down in history, is probably the richest female athlete we ever seen in history.
Mm-hmm.
She made $45.9 million.
And let me just add to that. Now, we talk about talent, like pure like game, like right now. Are there people better than those three?
No.
Or let's like one-on-one to the well, you know what? Then that kind of beats my point. Well, the point I was trying to make was I feel like right now she is a dominant figure in tennis, but like as far as I wouldn't say competitiveness, like as far as winning, like is she winning right now?
No, right now she's not winning.
And she is still the second most this year.
Still second most. Still
not
higher
and not because she's winning. As we see in other sports, when you win, your merchandise sales, your name sales. Like we go back to basketball and come back to tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis jerseys they sell like that. He won. Like even like he got more popular, but he won. So the sales happen.
Absolutely.
Same thing with who won before that. The AD and Lakers jerseys, like obviously they gonna sell, but like look at like when Phoenix came close, their jersey skyrocket. Guess who else came close? Like I think it's LeBron, it's Steph, KD, and guess who's right behind them? So we got Giannis, who's 4. 5 is John Morant.
Oh yeah.
He been to 1 playoffs.
The
John
hype.
Morant's next.
The hype. His brand is hype.
Yeah. What do you bring?
He's winning.
And so now going back to tennis, like even though like they're the most dominant tennis players ever, to me, no, not even to me, in general, they're the most dominant tennis players ever. Even though right now they're not in their prime no more. So I guess they could be beat. But as far as their brand, can't beat.
Can't do nothing with it. Like
Ronda Rousey lost back to back, got her butt kicked, knocked out, and left and made more money.
Still got the money. She could go right now and still make money because they want to see her in the ring.
Yep. Like Floyd will make money forever.
Excellent example. Excellent
make money
example.
Forever. And the crazy part is he will lose. He can lose, and he will still make money.
Still make money.
And I'll let you go ahead and move on. But I want to make this example with Floyd. I think right now, if we talk about like as far as pure boxing, people probably can beat Floyd. I think they can beat Floyd. But you're not paying like to even to see a boxing show. You're paying to see Floyd. And as long as you want to pay to see me, he can box me. And it will sell out because of his brand.
Right.
We can all think that right now, if he hops back in the ring, he could possibly lose. He can lose. There's fighters that can beat Floyd. But why do I gotta go and fight a professional fighter that can beat me when I can fight the bum up the street and they gonna pay me the same amount or more?
Right. It's simple.
Simple.
It's just really it's simple math. It really is. So to our ladies, we would say you gotta work on your brand. You gotta have multiple sources of income.
Yep.
Just don't rely on basketball. When you look at the rest of these, let's look at it. So you got Naomi, who hasn't won. She's been getting beat because, some stuff. Made $57 million. Serena, who hasn't won, also had the baby, been struggling, still dominant, still feared when every time she stepped on there at age 40, still feared as much as she is.
At 40 years old.
45 million. That's what she made. This where to kind of drop off a little bit, but it's still money. Look at this. Venus came in at 3 with 11.3 million. Her sister ain't won in a long time, and she's still pulling money.
Mm-hmm.
Solid brand. Then after that is people. Simone Biles. Do we need to say more about Simone Biles? She's a gymnast. They don't get paid big money.
Nope.
She has a brand. She made $10.1 million last year.
$10 million.
$10 million. Next is Gabrielle, another tennis player. Gabrielle Uzaga, $8.8 million. Number 6, Jin Young Ko, golfer. She the big thing in golf right now.
Yeah, she is.
$7.5 million. That's what she made. PV Sinhu, she is a badminton player. Badminton is huge over there in India. You got to know. Next thing I want to tell you, ladies, tip 3, know your market. She's in badminton is big money. Badminton and cricket is big money over in India. India has the second highest population in the world.
And they love badminton.
Off of badminton, made $7.2 million. And it's probably most of that come from endorsements and her branding. Number 8 is Ashley Barty, another tennis player, $6.9 million. And another golfer, Nelly Corda, $5.9 million. And number 10, hey, shout out WNBA, Candace Parker, $5.7 million. That did not come from salary.
And you know it's crazy? I feel like Candace had to work hard to get her money.
Right. She had to work hard to get her money.
She worked harder than
everybody
went in on that list.
Yep. I think she worked hard because, like you said, it's a whole different. She has a whole different monster in this sport. Her stadiums, they're not selling out. But I bet that the stadium, when she do play, people want to go see her. But I know that a lot of more money come from her doing the announcement. Yeah, she's an announcer, a commentator.
Yep.
And endorsements. You gotta have multiple streams of income. You can't rely on these owners just to pay you all your money. Just like what Mac just said. Shaq is not rich because of his NBA salary. Nope. Shaq is rich off of all his investments he made after the NBA. Jordan is a billionaire not because of his contract. Jordan actually came in when they wasn't paying guys that money like that.
Yep.
This man is a billionaire because of branding. At one point, let me tell you how sold out he was to his brand. When I heard this story, I'm like, yeah, this guy saw something a long time ago.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say. Yeah.
Yep. The first Jordan, the Jordan that we all love, the Jordan number 1.
Jordan was, yep.
NBA was fanning him because he couldn't wear that shoe. They're like, man, no, that violates the color code. He was fined the entire season. The entire season. Every time he wore the shoe, different color. He's like, man, nope, yep, we'll keep doing it. So he knew he had something going on with that.
Did Nike pay for that?
Yep. Nike paid his fines. Then he trademarked the Jordan brand and said, Nike, this is what you're going to do. It's awesome. When I think about it, it's amazing to me. He said, y'all going to cut me a check. I don't care how the shoe sell. You're going to cut me this amount every time, period, for that shoe. To use my likeness. You're going to cut me this check every single time. Every time you drop that shoe. I want y'all to understand this, man. Get a grip on what this man did. He took such a huge gamble on himself and said, man, because he didn't know Nike was going to pay them fines. He could have been broke.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I'm going to pay the fine. Then on top of that, like, no, I got something going on. I'm going to wear that shoe. And y'all going to pay me this much every time that bad boy sell. I don't care if it's a different color. Every time it drop, y'all got to cut me that check.
Yep.
He took a $12 to $15 shoe that it cost to make and turned it into a fashion trend that I don't think people ever appreciate in their life. Never. Not just basketball. People don't even play basketball in Georgia. I ain't played basketball in the J.
No, you have to make a basketball. You have to make a basketball Jordan, like to play basketball in. Like, and then you have the Jordans where like
Jordan.
They're not even made to play basketball in anymore. Like,
he made it a fashion statement. That's why I say it's incredible, because you got to get to the point where you understand that, like you said, you got to market yourself and make it. You have to make yourself. You have to respect your brand, and you don't bust it for nobody. People talk a lot about Floyd, like you just said, but Floyd did something a long time ago. And I really want to point out to a lot of ladies, too. You got to have respect for yourself, so you can't compromise your brand. I know it's hard. A lot of people, me and my cousin, just talking about this today. Talking about it's going to take that one person to be like,
You want to get that?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Turn your camera.
Hey, what's going on? I'm in the middle of the podcast. You all right? No, you good. All right. I will. All right. Disrespectful mother. But no, when we just thought about it, you got to respect brand. And we said that once upon a time, it's going to be somebody that's got to step up and say, we're not doing business like this no more. It takes that person. It just take that one person. And that's what I was thinking. As you were talking today, we was talking about this. The thing came up, we was talking about Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, because her hustle, I love every ounce of it. She is like, this is my brand. She knows her brand. She knows what she do. But to see the other thing that a lot of people ain't paying attention to, this girl got a lot of endorsements. It ain't rap where her money is coming from, y'all. It's not rap. She's endorsed up. L'Oreal. She had to deal with Popeye's chicken. Not only where people talking about sponsored chicken, some hottie sauce. She ain't thinking about no hottie sauce. That's just a part of it. That's the cute gimmick. She thinking about the real estate she just invested with Popeye's chicken.
Mm-hmm.
The ownership aspect that she got. So that girl knows she a money-making machine right now. Her likeness is being used at every time they say, Coach. She has endorsements with Coach. Remember, I heard a lot of you chicks, I laughed about this. A lot of you chicks was talking about Coach bags.
Yep.
Oh, Coach is so this. It's so passe. Now the thick chick came with one, and I'm just telling you, that's the power and the influence of what people can do. Now y'all all want some coaches. And I ain't mad at y'all, but it's just the power of her brand, and she understands it. All I'm saying is that me and my cousin were talking about it because we were saying, is she a good rapper? Yes. That's the other part of it. And he used this good example. She's an excellent rapper. She got this Houston style that every time I hear it, it reminds me of UGK. And I love UGK. I'm like, it sounds like Houston. It's like a real rapper.
Exactly
This and that. She can, and then if you people that don't know her, if you never heard her flow, everybody talking about popping ass and all this stuff. This girl was flowing on some other stuff different than that. She understands this what her brand is. This what her fan base is. So she like, y'all want it? That's what I'm gonna give it to you. The girl has learned from mistakes of women that came before. It is what it is, and she's making the most of it. She not waiting like some of the women say. Well, I'm gonna take a break for a minute because I think people getting tired of me. No, this new generation, that's the worst thing you could do. You wait too long, you get forgotten about. She's taking advantage of everything. She understands the power of social media. She understands the power of always having herself out there, putting out content. She got people that just follow her around just to videotape the stuff she do.
Yep.
The girl make money. So I would tell, yep, there we go. What up, bro? Supply and demand.
And you know, it's crazy. I think we got to the sports. Now we're going to get into the other likenesses.
Right.
So, we were discussing we talked about rap today, right? Meg Thee Stallion and other,
right?
Just to talk about branding and stuff like that, right? So, if anybody's familiar with, because we hip hop heads, I love rap. I love women. I love rap though too. Rap City, right? Knows that she would never sell like Meg. But I want to say in my opinion, she raps better. So it's kind of alluding to other women like, okay, well, I don't have to actually rap good to be a star. I just gotta look good. People like, people like, oh, my skin, the size of my booty, and what I like to rap about or talk about or what I may look like, and that sells. People probably don't understand the word that I'm saying. Or I say certain words that look like this. Oh, I'm a huge star. What do y'all think?
You know, the part that get us, because we was talking about this, and we brought up a good point that when you have someone like man, when you have somebody like, because ladies, like I said, we celebrating y'all, but also in celebrating y'all, we want to put y'all up on some things that we know that y'all got the power to change.
Y'all do.
Because it's gonna have to change with y'all if y'all want it different. Rhapsody, like I said, it's an outstanding. Me and my cousin both are big fans of Rhapsody. She can out rap dudes. Right now, they took a top 10. This woman be up here just lyrically.
Killing guys.
Just period over some guys. So, what do you do for? How do women who like look? I ain't gonna use sex to sell, and some people are like, man, no, you got to do it. I'm like, well, yeah, you got to do it if you want to try to live up to the standard. Because real talk, let's think of something around. We brought up some good points. In entertainment, it's been for a long time that in order for black women to get over the top in entertainment, and those type of image-driven medias, it has to be a certain level of sexy.
Yeah.
They have to really sell the sex. They have to really sell the sexy. And not for now, I know anything gonna come like, well, what about white women? I mean, white women's like that too. But let me tell you, I'm gonna say this.
Here we go.
It's been women, and I'm trying to think of her name. Meryl Streep, who's arguably more people say is probably one of the best actresses to ever step foot on the planet. Woman can play every role, and I'm gonna give it to her. That woman can play everything. I've seen her play roles. I'm like, dang, it's totally different than what I thought the last one is. But the lack of roles for women of color pigeonholes them into one type all the time. Well, Meryl Streep can play the slut. She's playing also the Queen of England. She's playing the President of the United States. She's playing a big-time attorney, big-time lawyer, big-time boss, all these other things, because she has a variety of roles to choose from. What happens when the Latino woman, the black woman, the Asian woman, they can only play certain roles that kind of pigeonhole them into a certain frame, and then they get mad because they're talking about, oh, man, you've been pigeonholed in a certain type of role. You've been typecast. So they always say they got to be this role. They either got to be this angry woman. If they get that role, angry. So what I would want to say is shout out to the women who don't do it. Because it's some people that don't do it. Shout out to the Angela Bassett's.
Yep.
Just in case y'all didn't know, the movie Monster Ball, where the one that Halle Berry ended up winning the Best Actress, and Halle Berry has several other roles where she played a more outstanding role than she ever did in Monster Ball. And I'm just going to get that one out the way. But she was not the original actress they wanted for that role. Matter of fact, she was way down on the list. She wasn't even a thought. They wanted Angela Bassett to play that role. Angela Bassett turned it down, saying that she felt that it carried black women in a negative light, and she didn't want to play that role. They went down the list. A couple of actors turned it down as well. And I want to give a shout out to them because there's a lot of actresses, a lot of black actresses who don't find work because their quality and their standards is too high. And some people be like, well, it's acting. It's acting. It ain't acting if I got to play the same. I got to keep playing the hoe. I got to keep playing the slut. I got to keep playing the slave. No, that's typecasting then.
Yeah, and it's like this is what you are like. And the crazy thing, cuz it's like I would love to see Meg Thee Stallion play somebody important in Wonder Woman.
Right.
Like I would love her to be an Amazon.
She has the type. She has the body type for it. Like she ain't got to play. She ain't got to twerk. You ain't got to try to put her out there like I'm the twerking Amazon. But I'm in Harmony. Like, no, you can make this woman go out and do some incredible stuff. She ain't got to do that. This woman know about anime. She could do a lot of stuff.
Yep.
shout out, like, we don't, we just saying that, man, sisters got to start being like, you know what? Y'all can have these roles. We're not going to do it anymore. But what happens is that when you do that, cuz it go to that part for our women and for our men, but especially our men, we got to support our women on that.
Exactly. You know the example that me and Randy talked about today? We're going back to Rap City. There's a lot of talented women that can actually rap and really out-rap guys. But we're not paying attention to that. Like, I'd rather see the woman show her titties, show her ass, act like a hood rat, act like this, act like that. Oh, that's the person I want to watch. Not the person that actually sit down and put a pen to a pad or go to the studio and produce and actually put work into that craft.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it just shows that talent doesn't sell, sex sells, like you just alluded to. If I know that, hey, I got a beautiful body and nice face, and I can just say whatever somebody gives me and rap it, talk about whatever I want, and I get paid and not have a quarter of the talent that somebody has just to rap, why would I want to rap? Why would I want to rap? Like Rap City or like Quest, like or anybody like that, like Black Thought. Like, why would I want to rap like that when I could just say, hey, suck my titties and hey, eat my pussy and I do this and do that and I become a millionaire.
Man. And you know who else said that? And I like this artist because she seemed completely real. I ain't seen that one thing fake about her or nothing like that. Everything it looked almost like she don't know no better but to be honest. And I can respect that. And that's Cardi B. Mm-hmm. Cardi B said to ladies, like, when I tried to get on some deep stuff, say something else. Y'all didn't want to buy it. So I went right back to saying, y'all was like, what's up? I want to hear this. I had to go back to popping and talking about my pussy and stuff like that. And that should have been a awakening moment, especially for the ladies, that, man, you know what? I'm tired of this. We love the fact that y'all sexy. Let me tell you something. Real men love the fact that y'all women are incredible, y'all sexy, and y'all beautiful. We know that. We love that about y'all.
Yep.
But the other part of it is, to our ladies, we want to let y'all know we love the fact that y'all could be some incredible, intelligent women as well, and the things that y'all do. We're attracted to that as well. It's not a singular thing that men are attracted to out here. It's not one singular thing. Like, say, this is it. That's it. You do that, we find. If you find that, then you might want to skip past that man because he kind of shallow and he really not a man.
Exactly.
What you want to really focus on is, one, being happy for yourself. Because don't try to find happiness in a man. You won't find it. Be happy with yourself. And two is that you in a battle. When you go into a battle of where they say sex sells, and I feel bad for a lot of ladies that go in that battle because sex sells. So what does that mean? A new booty is always gonna push out an old booty. Like, yep. Who's the next one? We need somebody else that look good. I remember we went from Buffy to Body.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? All these girls that came out, these video vixens that came out and was trying to do all these things. It was like, man, you see another one all the time. You had Superhead, she was a video vixen. And all these other, it's always something new. Somebody, always want new because men are so visual all the time. Because they don't care. Oh, man, I remember her. Oh, man, look at her. And that's why you should just focus on, y'all have to start that really off to the craft of, look, this is what we're going to do. Forget that. We tired of being put out in this way, and this is how we want to do it. Because I love when I can see women, like, I'm going to tell you something. Issa Rae, and it was like I said with her show, I love seeing our women do incredible things and amazing things that have to be out the way. Some people are like, it's sex in the show. Shut up. It's sex in every show. It's just the nature of it now. What I'm talking about is to see him do something that's so amazing, that's out the box, that don't have our women pigeon-toed in certain things. Like, they got to be pigeon-toed them into like being mean and that, this way. I want to be put into different roles. Let them play, all these other roles. Give them big openings. You want to play the serial killer? Let them play the serial killer.
And a part of that, I feel like it is a responsibility on the woman, but it's and other people. But
Yep.
I feel like we play a part in it too. Like when we say angry black woman, we don't. When we hear that from other people and other cultures, we don't address it to stop it. And I feel like black men play a part in that too, because
absolutely,
if it's a white lady that's aggressive or like is dominant, she has to be strong and do what she got to do, or blah blah blah. But like the second a black woman does it, she's a bitch.
right?
She's a whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or she's angry, and it's like we don't
stick up, like you said. We don't stick up and check them.
Nah, bro. Like how would it feel if this happened to you?
Yep. We don't stick up. You said it right on the button, cuz we don't stick up. We don't stick up. We don't check it right then and there. And it's like just check it. Fellas, there's nothing wrong with checking them to say, man, what she's saying, is she wrong, man? I think she a bitch. No, she ain't a bitch. She telling you to do your job, dumbass.
Yep.
If it had been a man, you would just did it. If it had been anybody else, you'd be like let's get over it, man. We have to start supporting our women a lot more. We're doing we have to start doing a lot of in-house stuff. And one of those in-house things is supporting our women way more than what we do now. We got to support them. John, what's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
We just have to start supporting our women. I got I was speaking, we was talking today in our conversation. When I was like, man, I got a daughter. You got 2 daughters, and I'm saying I got sisters, cousins, and bro, I'm like, man, how do I look at them and tell them be a certain way, and I don't stand up when I know it's right for women I know that's doing the right thing?
Yep.
How do I look if I don't do that? Support them. Like people like talk is cheap. It is cheap. You got to be like there right off the bat. Like, man, no, she ain't right, man. Don't say, man, look, let's support them. Like I said, like if you want them to say, look, all we got to do is sex. We gotta let our women know for a real thing, real talk, that y'all more than just a sexual object. Because that's how the whole world placed black women forever throughout history. Go look through it.
And they'll continue to.
As sexual objects, merely more just for sexual pleasure. So every woman wants to look like them. But they damn sure don't want none of their problems. They don't want none of the stigma that comes with being black women. So they have no problem. Like you'll have it. You'll have a Kylie Jenner. She wants them lips that once upon a time they used to make fun of. Talking about, look at those big gorilla lips. Now everybody want them. Oh, look at those big back sides. Now everybody want them. And paying great money for them. Now women, black women who've been naturally blessed with bodies, is looking at these other women like, oh, I got to catch up. And now they are some of the people forget about that. Black women are some of the most feeling so insecure and unloved right now in the world. Because they got to look at everything.
Yep.
Guys going to this. These women are beautiful. And now they're like, well, maybe I need to get my butt a little bit. You don't need to do none of that. Some of them say, well, I'm doing it for make myself feel good. And you know what? To each his own. Nobody got the right to tell what to do with their body in terms of any type of cosmetic stuff. If you feel that, to do it. But what we're trying to tell you is that maybe if a lot of us had told y'all that we love y'all just the way you are a little bit more, and actually showed you that we love you just the way you are, you wouldn't have to think that you need a constant upgrade. If anything that needed to be upgraded was our mindset and our thinking. That's what we should have been doing. And I'm talking about men. We should have been upgrade our thinking and our points to our women. You got daughters around you. You can't, you as a man, one thing I've never done is I ain't bring several women around my daughter ever. I don't do it. I would never do it. Because we got to stop doing that. You can't expect your daughter to be a certain type of way. And don't get me wrong, everybody got their choices. But the one thing you want to remove yourself from is being one of those reasons for why she chose that choice, and it's a negative choice.
Yep.
That's why I remove myself from. Like, baby, you ain't never see me dog out women in front of you. You ain't never heard me dogging out women, period. You never had me bring a whole bunch of women around you, anybody was dating, because if we weren't going past a first date or anything of that nature, and I felt like they wouldn't be a fit to be long term, you don't need to see them.
Exactly.
And they definitely don't need to see you. So it's a lot of, like you said, because it's a lot of things that guys, like we said, the ownership for the ladies, but it's a lot of things that the guys, we as black men, we messed up on for our ladies.
Gotta clean up.
We messed up
in that regard, for sure.
Yep.
Definitely.
We definitely dropped the ball on a lot of stuff. We could have nipped this in the bud a long time ago. A lot of stuff. Maybe not nipped it in the bud per se the hardest way, but if people would have saw that, man, don't you ever disrespect my women. If we had been said that, instead of being some of the people that actually led the way in disrespecting our women, it'd have been a different story. Because no other race.
I was just about to say that.
They don't play that game with them.
No, even think about Chaldean and Arabic women, even though from how I see this, all right, hey, I'm not allowed to do that. It's art because I have a respect for my culture or my husband. So it's like you don't see it. And I'll come from affluence, you got the grandfathers and fathers, hey, this is what you do, this is how you address people, and this is how you need to be addressed. And that's how I go. And so therefore, I think for us, we have a hard time, or we don't approach women like that, or have a disrespectful kind of a disrespectful encounter when it comes down to those kind of women, because they're not taught to even have an encounter with us, because hey, nope, that's my job, let me handle it. I remember buying a car, right? I was buying a car from an Arabic gentleman. He wasn't home, and the wife was there, but the wife just looked out the window. It was like a 10-year-old boy. We did the transaction, even though there was a grown woman there. He handled the transaction. She weren't allowed, to talk to me or whatever. Which no, I get it, but that's how they were. That's how they were brought up. They got protect. And that's why, they don't even have to say it, or it's not like how if I'll say, hey, don't disrespect that black woman, or don't disrespect that woman in general. It don't have to be said in that culture, because we assume hey, we ain't gonna disrespect y'all women.
No,
it don't have to be said. But with us, hey, a Chaldean guy going in a black strip club and call her a dog, a bee, or whatever, and that's what it is. I would never, we will never in our lifetime see a Arabic, strip club or whatever, because they don't display their women that way. We do, on the other hand. So
it's just the truth. It's the flat out truth. And I'm gonna tell you something else, and this is gonna be some real deep. I mean, we ain't trying to. Well, no, let me just say it. I ain't about to say what I'm trying to do. It is,
do your thing.
I'm gonna tell you. I dated 2 Nigerian women. Their culture way different than American blacks.
Absolutely.
It's way different. It's things that they would never be caught dead doing. I'm talking ones who live for their culture. I'm talking about the real culture. I ain't trying to say it's no perfect Nigerian. I know some freaks that got over here, got Americanized, and they do their thing. But I'm talking about as a whole. I'm talking about their culture. They got high standards for themselves. There's some things they just won't do. I mean, no, I ain't doing that. No, we ain't playing that game. We're not doing that. They have some standards. They look at it a certain way. They look like, I know you ain't going over here doing with them. It's just like there's something they just won't do. Yep. It's a whole different amount of respect that they have. But it's because it's kept up, it's honored, and it's a continual. Over here, where it's not all, but it's a lot where a lot of women, I'm gonna put it like this. This gonna hurt some guys' feelings. Men was always meant to be protective of their women. Mm-hmm. That's how we built. We built to protect our women. Somewhere down the line, our women did more protecting of us.
Yeah.
And that sucked. Mama's protecting sons because daddies dropped the ball.
That kind of sting a little bit.
Yep.
That's true.
And I see it all the time. You have some mamas that dads are straight up deadbeats, but it will still have that fact from their kids. Like, respect them. And I'm telling you, we really messed up. We put women, we forced women in trying to attempt a mission impossible. And that mission impossible is playing two roles. No one can play two roles. You're either going to be the best mother you can be, or you can be the best father you can be.
Yep.
That other role has to be, it's got to, like I tell most people, you got to allow God to put, boom, to cover in that role for them. And that's why I hate when I hear people, it's like a constant measure of people saying all the time, especially in our women, they've done so much protecting. They protected bad guys. They protected good guys. Yep. They got to so much where they lost, a lot of them had lost their complete identities trying to keep everybody else true identity hidden. And then, of course, they get mad because they didn't held it up, they didn't held it in for so long. Now they busting out because they just want to live. They're like, man, I want a life outside of myself, outside of me just being a mother. That don't mean that she ain't proud to be a mother. She loves being a mother. But everybody want to have something outside of themselves. It's just that. I love my daughter. But I want to be known as just, just a great father. I love that. But I got to have a life outside of my daughter, because one day my daughter, if I did my job right and she does the things she needs to do as an adult,
yep,
she is going to go off and live her life. And like I would say, I've been practicing. People laugh, don't laugh at me because I've been practicing for what I'm going to say to her husband. When he walked down the aisle, when he come to me, I got it all tapered out. And it probably changed, God willing. It'll change up some of it, but the stuff is going to remain the same. It's just going to hum to the point where I'm going to say, let me tell you something. You see this girl right here on the I'm holding, this wonderful gift of God that he's given me. It's the greatest gift I ever had in my life. I treasured it more than anything. So no, I don't give it lightly over. And then I'm going to look him in his eye and say, if I give it to you, it's because I know that you're a worthy man to have my daughter as your own wife. And then I'm going to look at her and say, and you honor that man. Y'all honor each other. That's the secret. No more, no less. Y'all both give 100% to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. And if I didn't think that you could do 100% to my daughter, I would never walked her down this aisle today. I'm going to be straight up with him, whether he like it or not. I'm like, man, this is the most important thing I got in my life. Shoot, this is a people forget that your kids are your gift from God. This is a gift.
Hey, what y'all expected Ray to say? He's gonna beat him up. Ray expected to say, "You'll never marry her." Just try to do this.
You'll never find you. Oh Lord, kill you. But it's got to be to, like you said, a point where we have to start fathers. And like John, I see what you said down there. Role reversal. I can't stand a weak man. You shouldn't be a weak man. Weak man don't mean that you're going out here beating everybody up. That don't mean that. That don't mean nothing. That just means that you're a guy that's quick to anger, that you have no restraint about yourself, that every time you do something, you just go on a tangent. That's what kids do. And I'm telling you just from learning and understanding that's what children do. We don't go off on tangents. A man is a man enough to say, hey, let me talk this out. Let's talk this out, because it makes no sense. Yeah. Let's find out. Let's get to the root of it, because we can fight, but that's not going to solve anything. I can still not like you. It ain't solved nothing. So we need to get to the root of things. I see what you're saying. Whoever marries my daughter is going to have to really convince me he's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially stable. And that's the way it should be. And it's the same thing for, like, if your son get married to a woman, you're like, man, no. We don't see. The problem is that people have sex and didn't have thoughts. They have sex, they have thoughts. Hey, we should get married. No, not just because you got the pussy, not just because he gave you some dick. No, those are horrible reasons to be saying I'm getting married. Marriage is a long-term thing.
You want to know what's something crazy that y'all just said? Mm-hmm. And when you said it kind of sparked something, right? So it's okay. It's okay and very appropriate for you to feel, hey, Miss Kathy, it's very appropriate and real for you to say what you said about your daughter, right? because you're the protector and everything, right?
Right.
Now we look at it totally different if a mother does that for their son. How does that make the son look? Weak? Mama's
I don't
boy?
think so.
Huh? Yeah. So it's like how we even carry certain things, like a woman, like you said, we understand that look, like the woman been protecting the men too long or whatever, but like how even black women are looked at different when they're protectors.
Yep. They look like they doing like, and the reason why is because as long as you can make a certain group of people, it's gonna go crazy, y'all. As long as you can make a certain group of people look like inhumane and monsters, as long as you can keep them right there, you're gonna continue to push that agenda.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody keep thinking it. Which everything that black parents and a black culture has done has been copied, mocked, duplicated.
Yep.
As if we were never the model of how most societies are. The most strongest empires were taught from black culture. And I laugh every time when they talk about not Christianity, but the teachings of God itself derived from Africa, derived from black culture. That's how they got a hold of it over in Rome. That's how they got a hold of it in all these other places. That's why they got disgusted by it. There's like, you're telling us that the things we do, we got to be accountable for? Where people think that came from? Romans hated that. Romans was never down with God. They're like, no, we ain't doing that. They telling over there, they got all these teachers and stuff that came from over there. Like, you know what? This is what we'll do. Man-made came in there. We'll put all these different things in there. We'll make it like a laundry list of chores. We'll confuse it so bad. And we'll make people think other stuff. But other than that, that's what happened. Everything that they've had. Hygiene. That was from black culture. Let's not forget where the plagues and all the most diseases came from. It's European. Don't get it twisted. Don't let them think like talking about, oh, the Africans trying to make over there, they bitten flies all over them and stuff like this. Man, the Black Plague is European. The Spanish flu. Come on, man. I'm not trying to, people, because people ultimately get in their feelings about some truth. But it's time for y'all to get in the truth about it. They want to make us look monsters. They make black women as a whole look like monsters for being what they're doing, protecting their families. They've been doing it forever. Mothers been protecting daughters and sons and the husbands to a certain extent. When men drop the ball. And then when you have men that don't drop the ball, they said, okay, man, we got to figure out a way to break up black family, period, man. This is just disgusting. When they together and they're on one page, they can't be stopped. They knew it. That's why welfare was invented. It was like, you don't need a man. The government will look out for your welfare. This is why they did it. Let's think about it. They can't do anything else. Welfare means basically, look, we'll take care of you. Make sure we'll keep the roof above your head. You only pay $30 worth of rent for everything that you do. We'll make sure your kids are fed. We'll give you $250 for every kid in your household. But you better not have a man in there. You better not be no man. You better not be married, because the moment you get married and they find out that man make money, they're like, boom, get it off of there. Take it off right now. Slow it down. Get it off of there. They like, as long as you can stay as a willing individual and do as we say, go there and do all the things that we want you to do. Have those embarrassing touch. Let me tell you something. Look, man, I'm getting on something deep because it's women to talk. I want y'all to think about something. You know how many women go down to those offices and are subjected to some of the most embarrassing, questions. Every day. They have to go through all these things all the time. You really think the majority of women want to go down there and be on welfare, man? To be subjected to everything they have to be to? I don't think guys really get this point. Like, you really think that they want to do that? And the guys don't want to do it. You ain't got no problem spending and taking none of those benefits. You just don't want to go down there and feel embarrassed to be down there to do it. And guess what? This ain't no down talking to no one else or anything of that nature. But it'll be embarrassing to me. Because it make me feel like less of a man. Because there's some people that absolutely need it. Because it is some hard times. You cannot predict what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen. But I'm telling you, God willing, as long as I got an able breath in my body, I'm going to make sure that my family is taken care of. And the mere thought that I could ever even have a thought process to come across my brain to not want to take care of my family, much less myself, I can't think of nothing more embarrassing. The greatest fear I ever had, I ain't never shared this, is to be homeless.
It's a fact.
That's my greatest fear. And I think about it, and they keep me pushing all the time. Thanking God I ain't never been close to doing it. But it pushes all the time. Like, man, having to look after the thought process of my daughter being in a box, me and her having a box covering us to live, that terrifies me. And if that don't terrify any other person out there, especially you men, to make sure that you want to do the best that you can for your children, and not to quit and go out here and give up and succumb to the pressures of life, because we always gonna have pressures. It is what it is. This is gonna happen. And guess what, man? Women have been dealing with those pressures a long damn time. So when a lot of us be trying to say about these women, we're not talking about the women. Keep this in mind. When we talk about things, we're not talking about women who go out here and do what they need to do every day and still feel like they get played to the left. We talk about those women. We talking about those women who try every day and it seems like they get the worst and the roughest end, the toughest end of the stick. I done seen women cry. Some of my closest friends cry because they don't know what they're going to do next. Because you got dads who want to be dads when it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get out of here. That's why, and you now I'm not gonna lie, God keep helping me. My cousin knows myself. I do get a little bit violent and angry when I see a deadbeat guy. Because I don't like him. I don't like him. I remember time frames. I remember seeing friends, family, and cousins sitting waiting on their pops to come. Pop, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. And then they sitting there waiting. And I don't even know what to say to them. Because you're just looking. I'm telling you, if you've never had that happen to you,
be blessed.
Thank God, man. Because ain't nothing worse. You sitting there waiting for somebody to say they're gonna be there, and you sitting there looking stupid. You don't even know what to do as a kid. You don't even know what to do. Sitting there waiting for somebody to that break a promise over and over and over again. No, man. No, I know I don't have the patience, and I don't have the tolerance for a deadbeat guy. Or even a horrible mother. I don't have the patience for those type of people. What we trying to say is that as for our women, that man, even if you don't like the woman you had kids with, you should have thought about that when you decide to make a deposit in her womb. You should have thought about that. That's why you're supposed to not be taking sex so lightly. Some people are like, it was just sex. I'm gonna be honest, especially all my young guys out there and young women. If a person, you don't even have the inkling that you know they're not going to even be a good person, don't even entertain them with sex. Period. Don't even take the risk to entertain them with having sex with them. Why take the chance? Now you got to be bothered with them for the rest of your life because that's what a kid is.
Oh, don't tell people that, man.
You already know, cuz even do. I'm telling you not to get in my cuz business, but I love him and his wife marriage. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got stuff going on. That's what marriage is, people. Wake the fuck up. You're going to go through things, man. That's why those vows said for better or for worse, for sickness or health. Because God, like, you're going to go through some things. You like, take it seriously. People need to start taking things seriously. We have been so built to give up every time it gets us out of our comfort zone. We have been really built to do that. Oh, you don't like the job? Quit. You don't like this situation? It's too hard for you? Give up. We've been taught, we have been systematically building ourselves up to not fight. And that's where you become better. That's where you become better. That's where you find out the person that you with is for you. Think about that. How many relationships? There would never be marriages then. Because you would always dip every time you got something hard. Yep. Oh, shoot, you burnt this chicken. Oh, this is the sign of the end. We are done. What?
hey, no, but don't burn no chicken when we done.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that one. But it's just so crazy when I just see people. They do it all the time. Cause I'm gonna tell you what I love about y'all marriage is that, man, y'all work it. It ain't saying that y'all perfect. You ain't got putting your business out here, but y'all work it. You say, man, we work it. This is my vow. At the end of the day, he loves his wife. And the problem is, some of y'all don't even like the person you with. You married to people you don't like. And then trying to figure it out. You talk about women. You talk about women so bad. One thing I learned, and I taught a lot of junk, is that don't ever complain about a woman that you picked. I don't care if she an ex. Don't complain about a woman you picked. You picked her. You should have thought about that. That says more about you that you picked them. So how about you just go off with a little integrity and just say, you know what? Yeah, man, she was a little bit too much for me to handle, and she did a lot of stuff. But my growth from her is gonna be me being better. Looking at what the things I did wrong. We do too much of looking what everybody else did wrong. What did you do? Always talking about like, oh, he did this, he did. What'd you do? It's just like, what's that movie? Next Friday or Friday after next, when Day didn't get up to help him fight the Santa Claus, and all of a sudden he was like, "Yeah, he took the Christmas tree." Day got up. Oh man, he took the Christmas tree. Hey man, sit your scary ass down. You didn't do nothing when he was here. It's like people are quick to say everything that people did to them, but they don't want to say what they did.
It's a fact.
And what we need to start doing, like we're saying, is have marriages that is built like this man that's sitting next to me. That's built like that, built to fight. You gotta fight. You gotta fight for one another.
Every day.
You gotta fight. Stop dogging out your woman. Stop dogging out your women. Fellas, stop dogging out women you pick. If it ain't working out, be mature enough to say it ain't working out. Let's go our separate ways. Let's take care of the responsibilities we have with one another, which happens to be these young, precious lives that did not do anything to be here. Yep. Me and you did it. Let's do that. Just do it like that. And I know a lot of y'all like, man, it's hard. What do you don't know what I'm going through? Please. I know exactly what some of y'all going through. Been there, done that, got t-shirts and buttons and stickers. Crying. He's talking about all this stuff. Talking about what women something done to you. I'm telling you that you just got to fight back. Have some fight. Have a woman fighting you. Have some nerve. Have some guff like women do, man.
Stickers.
You know, man, we got everything. Have some nerve like your stick. Like me and my cousin have said several times. I learned about fight. I learned about fight from a woman. I ain't learned that from no man. And what I mean by fight, I mean talking about sticking it out, staying strong, staying head focused, and not giving up. And I ain't learned it because she told me. I learned it because I looked at her and I saw her every day not quit. Seen her go work 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, going to school to get her degree. Never making sure I always had food to eat, clothes on my back. Seen her being on welfare. See, when people don't want to talk about this stuff, everybody want to forget that. I don't never want to forget that because it keeps me humble. It keeps me understanding that I'm never no better than somebody else. And if I show as hell can't help somebody, I need to keep my mouth off of them. So we need to with our women, real talk, we got to start supporting our women to a point that we used to a long time ago.
Yep.
We got to. We need to stop going off with this. I can get another one. She is skeezer. Stop celebrating derogatory names and slang like it's badges of honor. We need to stop it. I'll never do it. If you ain't gonna be comfortable calling your daughter that, show as hell don't celebrate calling another woman that.
Yes, sir.
Because if a man come in the house and showing up call your daughter that, or your wife that, or your mother that, or your sister that, or your cousin that, and you ready to get it get to blows, you done told on yourself. It means you're a hypocrite. We need to just get to that point. Just like I said, this man next to me got all beautiful women in his house. How would he look? He come in the house every day. I gotta fuck me a bitch and fuck her that bitch and then fuck her that bitch again and fuck her 2 times again and then fucking that bitch again. How would he look like that? And then expect his woman like, hey, don't ever let a man call you a bitch. I knew he was gonna like. How would it look? How would it look if he did that and then the same breath told his daughters, don't let nobody disrespect you now. Don't let nobody disrespect you now. Don't let nobody disrespect you. Somebody like, it's just a song. Shut up. Ain't just a song, man. We got to grow up and mature, man. When we was 20, yeah, that's fine. But if we doing the same things we did at 20, fellas, and I'm 40, man, and I thank God every day that I got the opportunity to be 40, man, because a lot of other guys like me is somewhere laying up in the graveyard or inside an urn or in prison. So I'm grateful to God that I'll be able to turn 40. But the problem is that we have got to learn that there's nothing lame about becoming older and more mature and not doing things the same stupid way we did before. So when we have, it's nothing wrong with saying, baby, I messed up. I messed up, baby. It's my fault. I should have been supporting you more. I didn't support you that much to a certain extent or to a certain level because you got to be honest. Sometimes you think her success might overshadow you a little bit, depending on the guy. It could be. It could feel like it's overshadowed. But say the truth about it so you can get it out the way. Get the truth out and get it out the way so you can do something about it. But we got to support these women, man. Support her. Who cares if that woman making more money than you? She went to school to be a lawyer, right? Lawyers can make big money. And if she happens to be a good one, support her in everything she's doing. If you support her in what she's doing, but you're still a man in your own essence. Let me tell you, you can't fake the essence of a man. When you a man, I don't care how much a woman make. She knows it, and she showed you the necessary respect that comes with it. Because women ain't gonna trust no punks. I'm just being honest with you, fellas. Women got some type of psychic thing where they know what a punk is. They know when a pushover is in the room. And I've seen women make much money and their husband not making much money as them, but you'll never know it because she treat them with the same respect, the love, and admiration that a king deserves. But at the same token, he treats her like the queen she is. That means if you come into that house, you got to go through him. It won't never happen. He won't allow no disrespect or nothing like that. And that is what we need to start doing for our women. It's go past of equal rights and equal pay. We need better treatment of our women. And it's got to come from us. That's where it needs to start at. We need to start in-house, treating our women better and supporting them, especially when they got goals and aspirations. Don't be threatened because her goals and aspirations might be something that you feel that you don't want to do. That's fine, man. Everybody ain't going to be lawyers. Everybody ain't going to be doctors. Everybody ain't going to do everything. That's beautiful in life. That's fine. But love her and support her, man. That's all women want. The same thing that men want. Understanding, support, loyalty. It's the same thing women want. They just want them in a different way. We want the same things. We just want them in different ways and we word it differently. They want the same thing. You don't think your woman, you don't know how incredible it be for your woman, you being her #1 fan? And everything, and all the things that she do, even telling her the truth. It's a way that you can tell a woman the truth, something ain't right without dogging her out and making her think that she your damn, like you supposed to be her damn daddy or something like that. We ain't gotta talk to our women like that. It ain't our job all the time to try to figure out what's going on with them. But it's definitely our job to be there for them and help them through the rough patches.
Yeah, to protect, to support,
protect and support. Like you said, Max, sometimes all the woman need is for you to just shut the fuck up. Excuse my language, but just to shut up and just be there for her. She just need to get it out her system. Guess what, man? Just like we want women to do sometimes. Like you just need to get it out. She just need to get it out. Just let her get it out. Be like, baby, I hear you. Sit there and listen. And just listen. She wants you to listen. Don't listen to figure out. Listen to hear what she's trying to say. That's it. You ain't got to figure it out. You're like, baby, I know you're going to do it. The best words you can say, like, I hear you, but I also know that you can do it.
Yep.
And I'm here for you in the way that you want me to be. Those are the things we got to do. We try to attack with this blunt approach all the time. I guess I can't wait for our culture, blacks, to get out of this hate love. It's like this love we got that we think the more that we be derogatory toward one another, the more we love each other. That's a lie. It can't even coexist, man. We got to love each other, man. Love each other enough and just respect each other enough. That's what comes with it. Just respect. You know, you ain't got to go off. You ain't got to go crazy on them. Respect, have enough woman. Like, man, this is my woman. This my man. We'll talk about it due time. So, I mean, that's all I got to say. I just know that I just wanted to point out some really good stuff tonight, especially from good guys. Like, I know this man right here, man. I see the support he give for his wife. It's incredible how much support he give for his wife, that he there for. And he's still learning. You asked him right now, he's like, man, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to do these things. But it's just the essence of things that I see that he do for his wife that I love. And you can tell he loves his wife. You ain't got to, it's always good to hear. But the ultimate way you're going to know somebody loves somebody is how they treat them when they're there and when they're not there.
Yep.
I heard this man say, man, it's late. I'm going to get home. I'm going to make sure my wife is good. He called his wife. Hey, babe, I'm on my way there. Some people are like, oh, man, what you doing? Checking in? It ain't no motherfucking check-in, you dumb bastards.
Why you be going off like that? Like,
he used to be so mad because guys want to call other guys weak because they got respect for the person they love.
And that I was going to say, it's all about respect. And like I said, I learned that the hard way. Like I said, it was the time that I was out 3 a.m, whatever, 4 a.m, Chris was tripping. And to myself, I'm like, man, you tripping. Like, you know, I ain't doing nothing. I'm a guy. I'm good. And I got talking to him. And somebody said, hey, how would you feel if she was out 3, 4 a.m?
Yep.
Same respect. The same way when she goes to where she check in with you, check in with her.
Yep.
When it's like every day, every morning, hey, I made it to work. Hey, I made it to work, made it here, blah, blah, blah. And that's and I thought about the second I don't text it, I made it to work. Phone call. Hey, did you make it to work?
It's just people lost respect. And until y'all can understand about respect and liking in relationships, y'all are all you're gonna be doomed to having bad relationships over and over again. Because the number one person that you got in your thought and relationship is you. So you only person that you're giving 100% to is yourself. And it ain't gonna never work doing that. It's never work gonna do that. So I wish and hoping y'all the best. But to our ladies, man, we love y'all so much.
We love y'all. And
we ain't taking up a whole lot of your time. We didn't have a lot to say tonight, so that was really cool beans. We got
on the fly.
I think we got 2 more episodes this month for ladies.
Yeah.
I think we got 2 more, man. It's gonna be some great episodes. But I've been loving talking about y'all and really doing a lot of stuff this month for y'all ladies because it's kind of opened my mindset up to how incredible y'all really are. That I already knew, but how incredible y'all are. The really things that you put up, that y'all really put up with. And sometimes we saying that y'all be on some silly stuff, and it ain't silly. It's actual factual things. So we appreciate y'all and, love y'all ladies. Just want to keep encouraging y'all to stay strong and be up and let you know that we love you. If you ain't heard it today, we love you. So
I know I love you. I don't know if Randy said it, but I do.
Yep, we love you. So next week, again, Wednesday, 7:45. I'm not really thinking about the time. 7:45, Wednesday. Don't worry. You ain't going to miss none of March Madness. Trust me, I know. I got the schedule. We ain't missing none of March Madness. Trust me, I know. I'm just as good as we're in for y'all. Happy for it. But we just grateful for every single one of y'all because ladies, man, y'all do so much. And sometimes especially to our ladies or black women, y'all get put on the back burner in every situation. And I'm not putting y'all on the back. We ain't putting y'all on the back burner. Y'all right there with us, man. No good woman behind you. No good. We right there on we somebody told me this, and I was like, this is kind of a cool way to think about it. She said, and I got this from a woman. Got this from Miss Burton. And I hope she end up watching this. I'm going to send it to her so she can watch it. She said, now when it comes to a good man and a good woman, one is not standing in front of the other. They're not even standing on the side of each other. They're standing back to back. I was like, explain that to me. She said, because a good man and a good woman have every angle covered for each of them. That nothing is ever going to get by them because they're able to spot everything. And I was like, right on, sister.
Hey, you know what else that says though, too, to me? Mm-hmm. Trust. Like
trust.
I trust
Woo! There we go.
To have that angle. Like I know I can see here. I can't see. I trust you to see what's going on behind me, even though I can't see it.
There you go. So that's right on. I like that, Ms. Burns. That was some cool beans theory. So Miss Kathy, always love you. John, good to see you. Kyra, I see you. I see that 4-100s. Thank you so much. Dorian, appreciate you, man. Hey, and I do want to do one last thing before I get up out of here, man.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that.
This, I want to say big time. I lost an incredible woman. Man. It's Miss Missionary Nancy Sanford passed away. A lot of people, she's really known throughout Detroit. I was so special to have her also able to call her grandma as well. She's been my neighbor for years. Incredible woman. Incredible. Without her, I know for a fact I would have never been in church. I would have never, no shape or form way, been in church whatsoever. She's incredible. There's so many words that you can say about some incredible people in life. And the most incredible thing about her is that I could say is that, Miss Sanford, I thank you so much for just loving me, for being me. That's it.
Yeah. Our condolences. Sorry for your loss. I never had the pleasure to meet her. Like I said, sorry for your loss. We'll definitely keep you in our prayers, bro.
Yeah. So Dorian, man, that whole Sanford family, that whole Sanford clan, man, we lifting y'all up in prayer. Man, love her so much. I got one. I just want to tell this one story about Miss Sanford. We get out here. When we used to go to church, we had this. Mr. and Miss Sanford had this big van, one of those long brown vans, and it didn't have no seats in the back, so it had tires. It had this big tire that we would sit on, or you sit on the floor. So I didn't want to sit on the floor. So I sat on the tire one night, and what happened that Mr. Sanford used to always go to White Castles after church, and he'd get him a coffee, same thing. He'd get him coffee, 2 sugars, black. I can't believe I still remember that. And he turned the corner real hard on me. So I was sitting on the tire, and then all of a sudden when he hit the turn, I rolled off the tire, rolled all the way to the back of the van, and then I hit my neck on the other spare tire. So Dave and Dorian, their grandsons, was in the back. They was cracking up. We just stupid. Everybody always laugh at somebody getting hurt. Nobody asked me if I was all right. So I'm like, oh man. So then Mr. Sanford gonna say, what happened to you, boy? And I'm like, I rolled off the tire, hit my neck. And Miss Sanford was like, Woo, somebody go over there and check his neck. I'm like, this dude Dave always said I had a long neck. And she was like, we might have to put a bandage on that. I'm like, no, I'm all right. Dave and them just kept laughing because he kept telling about my neck. But incredible woman. I know her funeral services are next week, Wednesday. I'll go ahead and put that information on our page for you, for everybody as well. Because like I said, I know she was a woman known throughout the city of Detroit, did a lot of great things. So rest in peace, Miss Sanford. Love you. And also this week, this Saturday, I'll be putting to rest my Uncle Durrell, again, Christy, my sis, my cousin. Love you so much. Still praying for you. Definitely gonna be there for you that day as well.
Yeah, definitely got you in our prayers, cuz.
Yep. Don't know everything that's going on with everybody, but we definitely make sure we lift everybody up in prayer for you. Thank y'all for tuning in for us so much. Cuz, you got anything to say before we
I'm good. Everybody continue to share, like, and subscribe, and we will see y'all next week.
All right, y'all. Again, next week.